What's up, guys and gals? It's Cowboys Star. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys had a practice yesterday. They flew to Denver, the Mile High City, and they had a practice with the Broncos. Uh, it seemed like it was a pretty good practice. Dan Quinn mentioned in an interview with Mike Fisher that it was very good work for the Cowboys to get out there and finally play against somebody other than themselves in practice. So that's good that both teams was able to get in a practice against one another and help themselves towards the preseason, which the Cowboys play the Broncos Saturday night. In case you've been living underneath a rock, they play on NFL Network at 8 o'clock on the Cowboys play the Broncos. So they just wanted to get a practice in before the game and try to get their best foot forward toward the first preseason game. As you probably know, the NFL teams only have 3 preseason games now instead of 4. Of course, unless you're in the very first game, the Hall of Fame game, you get 4 preseason games. The Cowboys weren't in that game this year. But looking at some notes about the practice, there were several fights that broke out, and most of the fights were instigated by one Randy Gregory. That's right, Randy Gregory, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, was who's injured. He's on the PUP list right now. Can't even play. He's got his arm in a sling, and he's over there instigating fights. There was probably 5 or 6 fights during the practice. Mike McCarthy didn't seem to be too happy about, but that's neither here nor there. The Cowboys did get in some good work. Looks like Noah Brown has been looking good in practice. Kind of odd, you know. Noah Brown's been with the Cowboys for 6 years, and this is the first year that he's really showed up and showed something in training camp. And I guess he's going to be kind of like Miles Austin was. You know, Miles Austin was on the Cowboys for 2 or 3 years, and finally he had that Kansas City game, and he just ever since then he was a ball of fire. Couldn't stop him. So maybe the light bulb has come on for Noah Brown. We're definitely going to need him, especially until Michael Gallup can come back from that knee injury. It remains to be seen when Gallup can come back. The word is that he's doing better than expected, so hopefully the sooner the better. But as expected, Micah Parsons dominated the practice. He was all over the field and he made several plays out there. And like I said, Dan Quinn, he was able to evaluate the players better, he said, with this practice against another team. And of course, the Broncos have, since the practice, have said that they dominated the Cowboys and that they were soft, as everybody's been saying that the Cowboys are for the last year. Let's hope that can change. That trend needs to change. But Boss Man Fat, that's right, Boss Man Fat has yet to show up and play good ball in preseason, in training camp. Nashawn Wright has, in fact, outshined Boss Man Fat. I don't know if that allegation against him about the murder case has been on his mind, or something's on his mind, because it's definitely not football. He's got what I call the syndrome of not being able to turn back your head, you know, kind of like Awuzie used to do. You know, that's probably why we got rid of him. He never would turn his head back when the ball is passed and look, you know, that way you can touch the receiver if your head is back. According to the rules, you can, you know, if you're, you know, defending the receiver, but of course he always gets burnt, so he doesn't have to worry about that, I guess. So remains to be seen if he's going to make the team, or are they going to let him go, or what. But the Cowboys, there's some rumors out that the Cowboys are indeed probably going to look at another wide receiver, or if they do look, it's going to be after the preseason when a lot of receivers get cut by other teams. to try to get somebody, of course, bargain basement. That's what the Cowboys do. They use the bargain basement method. They don't want to pay anybody anything high dollar like Jerry used to do back in the day. But until they do, the Cowboys probably aren't going to sniff a Super Bowl as they haven't done the past 30 years. I'd like to see them sign Will Fuller, although I know he is very injury prone. But he has speed and he can get open, and I think he would fit well in the Cowboys scheme. But the only way that the Cowboys would sign him is if they could get him on the cheap, and I don't think Will Fuller's going to go for that. A lot of people like to see us get Beckham, but I don't see Beckham signing cheap, that's for sure, unless they get him for like half a year or something. Tyler Lockett is my pick. That's who I think they ought to try to go after. But again, the Cowboys just don't want to pay any free agents any type of good money. So it remains to be seen. Zeke got pushed down in the practice, kind of like when he wasn't looking. I mean, the Broncos were doing some underhanded things out there in the practice, and they're trying to say that they out physicaled us, but. Oh, well, let them talk. We'll see what happens in the game. Of course, I don't know if Dak Prescott's going to be able to play in this game or any of the top starters, Zeke, or any of the CD Lamb. I'm not sure really who, if they play at all, it won't be for maybe a series. So it ought to be interesting. Like I said, it's getting close. We just got 3 more weeks, and then the season kicks off in September. So it kind of snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting the game to be this weekend. I thought it was next weekend, but I've been so busy around here getting things done around the house and work and everything else. But wanted to get on here and kind of touch base on some issues and things that's been going on at the camp and the practice with the Broncos. So with that being said, we'll catch you next time. If something else breaks, I'll be sure and get on here and report it. Talk to you later, guys. I'm out.